I hear you're in the market for some mangy pelts. In which case, I got you covered. It's time to tell some prison stories. Hit that music!
Movies, music, story times, all kinds of shit for you. Everything goes in its house and out from
Here's the thing about prison. It fucking sucks.
Uh-huh.
Point number one. Point number two, it'll never stop sucking. Point number three, it's disease city, and it's not just because of the pigeons. You see, there's a bunch of there's herds, nay, hordes of humanity stuffed into basically buildings that, double as ovens, and they're forced to live next to each other in the worst conditions possible. Well, I'm sure there's worse, like in Siberia and some gulag or something.
At least it's cold over there.
Yeah, at least it is cold over here. We're just cooking and baking our own farts. Anyway, it's fucking bad is what I'm saying here. And it's not very hygienic. Mm-hmm. In fact, disease runs rampant. It's not only because of the rampant butt sex, but just, disease in general. All kinds of shit.
Mange.
Bacteria. Well, I'm getting to the mange.
You don't want to lead with the mange?
I don't want to lead in with the mange. All types of bacterial diseases. Just run roughshod.
It's where Super AIDS was born.
It is where Super AIDS was born. Theory and proven by that guy I saw die. No, I'm just kidding about that one, but possibly. But the point is, prison is not a hygienic or healthy place to be, and no matter how much you try to avoid it, you're probably gonna get sick somewhere along the way. Now, I got luckier than most, but I did get horribly sick. But before I get to that, I'm gonna leave a little breadcrumb trail and tell you this: I had fucking mange. Okay.
Dog mange?
No, that just means I had scabies because I'm not a fucking dog. But it's the same thing.
So you had mange.
I got human mange basically.
Yeah.
But before I get to that, I'm gonna tell you the weirdest fucking. Well,
wait, you getting mange is not weird?
Well, that's pretty weird. But I mean, it's not weird when you consider the elements in play. It just sucked my fucking bone dry, and I mean dick. But anyway, speaking of dicks, I'm gonna lead in with this little story first. I was at my second unit, and some people, I was held in good regards by some because I was kind of like a walking dictionary for folks, or even walking fucking encyclopedia for some people. And this is not putting myself over. This is not me going, I'm a smart motherfucker. It's just that prison's full of dumb motherfuckers. Yeah. Mostly. There's a lot of smart people in there too.
And you have a knack for remembering things. You're like the opposite of me.
Yeah, I have a knack for remembering random ass trivia across the board. A wide range of things I know enough of.
I don't even remember what this freaking subject of this video is. That's how horrible my memory is. But you're the opposite.
You think he's kidding?
No,
he's not.
I think it was mange.
Anyway, it will be mange, believe me. But yeah, man, I was in good regards for a variety of reasons, but that was one of them. People could just come and tap me for knowledge, and I'll be like, oh, well, this and this and this, and they could go on that. Mm-hmm. So that was a good place to be. Unfortunately, it also meant that my cubicle area was a fucking thoroughfare for a variety of people. They would just come in, have a seat, and be like, hey, man, what's up with this, or what's up with that? What's the dealio on this shit? Can you give me the lowdown on this? And I would be that guy that would settle arguments between people. They'd be like, man, this guy's saying that this happened. But what's the real deal? What are the facts about this? And I'd be the argument settler. So that was pretty cool. Except for the fact that some people don't want their arguments settled and might stab you. But anyway, it was kind of neat. So that was kind of where I was at in this particular unit. And yeah, man, somewhere along the fucking way, either because they assumed that because I knew enough of, enough things, that I might as well just be a fucking doctor. And this is a bad assumption to make, because here's the thing in prison. People get stuff done to them that they shouldn't get done to themselves. Per the laws of the prison, or the rules of the prison, you shouldn't get a tattoo. But guess what? Guess what people do 24/7 in there? Get tattoos. Even I got one in there. And I knew better. The thing is...
It's the thing you do.
Yeah, it's just people fucking do it. You're so bored, you're so out of your fucking mind that you do things. And people will make booze in there, get tattoos, will gamble, fight, whatever. Unhealthy shit. that you
Suck a
shouldn't
little
do.
dick.
They'll suck dicks. They'll bone butts. The whole 9 yards.
They'll hang out with gluttony.
The whole 9 inches. If you, that's the unhealthiest of things to do
Yeah.
if you hang out with gluttony. But anyway, yeah. So somewhere along the way, people decided to consult me whenever there was some sort of fucking malady upon them. So the first thing I got was this dude that had just gotten a chest tattoo. Well, not just, but like 2-3 weeks previous. He had gotten a chest tattoo, and you have to let that fucker heal, right? Here's the fucking thing, folks. FOLKZ, as they say in prison.
You're in
They
prison.
don't say that, but anyway. Here's the thing. To get a tattoo, you need a tattoo gun and you need a needle. Now, they could do the standard old picket style, which takes forever, but in prison, people actually come up with clever ways to make machines. You know, a variety of ways exist. Long story short, they actually make tattoo guns. And then you have to get the needles. Here's the thing. When you hire someone, let's say you're my tattoo artist. You're the guy I picked
The worst
to tattoo me.
Yeah.
You're going to
I would
tell
just
me...
drop Pito on
You're going to tell me, all right, dude, this is how much it's going to cost you. This is what I want you to get me because money in there is stuff. And then on top of that, you're going to say you're going to buy your needle and your gun. Unless he has a gun. Buying the needle is the most important fucking thing. Because that means you know where the needle came from. And you're the only one using it. And needles in there, in case you're wondering, come in a variety of ways too. You know, they could just be some piece of metal that somebody sharpened to a very fine point. And this is a popular one, they have these toilet brushes that are made of wire scrub. And the scrub material is pretty resilient. It's not cheap, flimsy shit. That's the most common type of needle because it's so fine. And you could do multiple needles at once. So you have to buy one. Here's the thing. You have to make damn sure that fucker's clean and it's brand new. Because there's some motherfuckers in there that'll sell you shit. And they'll be like, oh yeah, man, it's brand new. But guess what? That little fucker has scrubbed caca off of some porcelain already.
Gluttony's caca.
Again, which goes back to gluttony is a piece of shit. Just in general.
Yeah.
Not a health hazard, just a piece of
No.
shit. But yeah, man. So you have to make absolute fucking sure that you got a clean ass needle. Now I got this tattoo here on my forearm. But I didn't get in prison. I got in jail. And the process ran similar. I knew the guy that was the tattoo artist, and me and him were pretty good friends. His name, they called him Psycho. And he had it misspelled on his back as Fisho. So that's a fucking thing. But anyway, I told him it was misspelled, and he was like, oh.
He wasn't even mad. He was just sad.
I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, he did it for me. And I saw this, and I still went through with it.
Fisho.
Mind you, at that point, I was like, "That's it. I'm fucking in prison forever. I was like, game over, man. I was Bill Paxtoning at that moment. So
Yeah.
I said, fuck it. If I die, I die. So
Bill
I may have fucking hepatitis and not even know about it. But the way that he sharpened the needle, he got me the needle, which was clean. It was made, mind you, but it was clean. It was brand new. Nobody had used it. So that's already cool. You're in good territory here. But then he sharpened that needle in the only rough spot that he could sharpen it in. Guess where that rough spot was? I'll give you one guess. Go.
Crapper.
Yep. Right next to the crapper, there was a
What?
rough spot of cement where they would sharpen needles. And the way they would sanitize them is by sticking them in dial soap for about 2 weeks. Which, if you know bacteria, that ain't going to really do
Yeah.
shit.
You
That-
need like some alcohol or something.
Yeah. And even then, it could
Yeah.
still cause a problem. And so that's what I got the tattoo done with. And shockingly, unless there's some sort of latent malignancy in me, I didn't get ill. Although there's some signs that I kind of fear that I may have. But, I guess I'm dead now. But anyway,
Super 8?
not super great, thankfully. Phew. But anyway, also on the side note, I farted while I was getting the tattoo. That wasn't a good thing.
That's it.
I was on the toilet, damn it. I thought the toilet would cover it.
Why are you on the toilet?
Because that's the only seat. It's a long
Oh,
story.
yeah,
The point
damn,
is,
this is okay.
it's very unhygienic.
Yes.
So anyway, once I was in prison, my second unit, people would come to me to
Wait,
get.
hold on. I gotta go back. You were on the toilet. Were you like bare-assed?
No, I was just sitting on the toilet.
Well, I pictured you like on
No.
literally. Anyway,
Anyway,
I was to get that clear.
I was in my second unit. People would come to me with questions about, their health. And this guy had just gotten this tattoo on his chest. And he's like, dude, you need to tell me if something's wrong with this tattoo, if it's not healing right. And I'm like, oh, sure. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. You can tell when something's infected. You can tell when something's headed towards infection, when skin looks hot and red, and all that shit. So I'm like, oh yeah, sure, let me see, man. So he comes into my little cubicle area, lifts his little fucking shirt up. Holy fucking shit, man! If you've ever seen, like those videos of people popping humongous pimples.
I hate that shit. Yeah.
Imagine tons of those mountainous pimples,
Shit.
only in the vague shape of a name.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, yes, your fucking shit's infected. Here's the thing: if you're wondering why they came to me, obviously they're infected. It's because if you go to the medics, then you get in fucking trouble. Then you get moved. You get extra charges. You get extra time added to your sentence.
You're doing shit that you're
Yeah,
not
because you're
supposed
doing
to.
shit you're not supposed to. So I was like the last resort, and I'm like, I shouldn't have even been any resort. You should have just gone straight to the medic. And he did eventually come back. He did get some charges tacked on to his fucking time and his matted time, but he was healed after a while, and he went through some heavy antibiotics and all that shit. When all was said and done, basically what he had on his chest was scar tissue and holes.
Oh.
And I was like, man, that's fucking horrible. But that's not even the fucking tip of the iceberg. You wanna know what the fucking tip of gross is?
Not really. That freaking disgusted me.
No, this is worse. Trust me.
Shit.
One of the things you're gonna be like, what? When I tell you this, I guarantee it. This bananagrams has nothing on this fucking
Better.
story. Look, one of the biggest pastimes in prison is getting a domino. Do you have any idea what that means?
Really crappy pizza?
No. It's a subdermal implant in your penis. People fucking do this in prison, okay?
Why?
Now, they do this out here in the real world, but they do
Why
it
in
in
prison?
normally hygienic conditions. Because the thought process is, one, they're bored. It's like putting art on your body. They're like, it's something to do. In prison, that makes sense.
But it's your wiener.
Second, the rumor mill in prison is big, dude. If I'm telling you, hey, man, this is what's up, then you believe me. Then that guy believes me. Then that guy believes me, etc., right? That's how it works. So somewhere along the way, some moron said, hey, you know what ladies like? When you got bumps all over your fucking cock, so they could grind that little bad boy in there. And I'm like, oh boy. So when I first heard about this, I was like, no way. But the guy I heard it from, he's like, yeah, man, I got one. And I'm like,
Oh,
what?
no.
And he's like, yeah, look. And he showed me. It's totally normal in prison. You fucking see dicks all the time. Anyway, he showed me, and he had this heart-shaped protrusion on the top of his fucking dick, like towards the middle to base area. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go, and that's a domino. And he's like, yeah, they shave it down, they shape it, and they put it under your little
Wait,
fucking
it's
skin.
an actual domino? Like
Yeah, like a plain domino. They get
so
them.
you weren't wrong about the bananagrams. Someone out there
Yeah, I'm
has a
telling you.
bananagram.
Somebody's got a bananagram up in that bitch. God damn, hashtag bananagrams.
Yep.
Nobody plays it. But anyway, fucking, yeah, man, this was a fucking thing. And the way they do it usually is, it's kind of fucking gay. It's already kind of gay, but it's pretty gay the way the process goes. Basically, you have to buy your domino. Somebody shapes it for you, and or you shape it yourself. You keep it clean.
Shape it with what?
A variety of ways. You shave it down. You can cut it, whatever. It's usually shaving it down.
One guy domino.
Yeah, I already got a domino in my butthole. But anyway,
Gross.
yeah, you get your little domino. You buy it. You set up your little appointment with your little domino dude, and he's like, cool. And it's usually a tattoo guy or a guy that's just doing it on a fucking
There's
lark.
literal domino dudes.
Yeah, they just learned how to do it, and they're doing it. Here's the thing: they learned from people that somewhere along the line there had to have been a professional that knew how to do
Yeah.
it. So they're just hand-me-down learns. They're not direct fucking learns, you know. So they don't know about all those capillaries and vessels that you're working with down there, right? So anyway, what they do is once you're all ready, they get you into a little fucking private area. You have to get your little wang hard, otherwise they place it in the wrong spot.
Shit!
So basically, you jack off in
It's
front of
gay!
in front of a dude until you get it hard. Then he grabs your wang, or rather, it's erect, and you hold the tip, right? Then he pinches the skin on top, and he pulls it, and he taps it, so the vessels are visible and or get out of the way. Then he gets a sharpened spoon.
Oh my god.
He gets a sharpened spoon and pops right through the skin on both sides. And then he slips the domino in, places it, lets the skin go down, and then you just basically gotta let it heal. And hope that everything went right and he didn't fuck something up. So anyway, that was the process. Well, one day this dude called Chino, because in prison, all Hispanics call all people of Asian descent Chino. Even if they look Asian, they'll call him Chino. And this guy happened to be Asian. So Chino, who was not from China, comes up to me and he's like, hey, man, I got a problem.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what's up? And he goes, I think something went wrong with my domino. And I'm like, dude, you got a fucking domino? Serious? It's pretty obvious that this is a bad idea. And I'm like, well, what is it? And he goes, I think it might be infected. And I'm like, oh, God. So I'm like, let me see. So he takes a little fucking rice dick out. And, dude.
Oh, first of all, was the dick bad? Like
the dick was bad.
Okay.
I mean, dick in general to me is bad, but it was bad. But it wasn't impressive whatsoever. Okay. Let's just say that domino had very small fucking area to be in. But anyway, his little fucking ween is out. Let's say this is being extremely generous, but let's say this is his fucking dick. Hold on.
Let's be more realistic.
More realistic. Let's say this is his fucking dick
you
right
need
here.
a bananagram for that size.
I'm gonna use the bananagram. Check it out. This is his fucking little tiny dick, right? Here's this fucking sack hanging right here. This bananagram, right? Well,
why is it pointing?
Guess what? At the base, or I should say sideways here on the base of the fucking tiny ween, is a fucking huge ball about that big.
God.
Bigger than his fucking sack.
Shit.
Granted, it wasn't as big as a banana, but there's a huge ball right next to his base of his cock. But it doesn't look red and it doesn't look inflamed. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, the fuck is this? And I'm like, dude, move it to the side. Not that there was much to move, but anyway, he moves it and I go, does it hurt? And he goes, only when I touch it in certain spots. And I'm like where? And I'm like, is it a sore kind of, I'm asking the barrage of questions, and it becomes evident to me exactly what happened. When they pierced the skin, they hit one of his blood vessels.
Oh, no.
And it had flooded that area with blood. So it was just a big sack of blood on his fucking cock, which already sucks, by the way. So anyway, I'm like, dude, you have to go to the medics. And sure enough, eventually, that thing got so big that he went and he had an internal little fucking reservoir of blood there. So that fucking sucked. But anyway, this is all to get to my story. See, that just put things in perspective. Mine's gonna suck, but it's not gonna suck that bad. But for a year and a half, almost 2 years, I had fucking scabies. Now that doesn't sound like shit. Mange is what it is, and it fucking is horrible. Imagine constantly feeling things under your skin crawling, and you know that scene in Hellraiser 2 where that dude's blading himself? Because that was me. I was like, give me a fucking blade right now. And I attribute this to one of two elements. One possibility was that the constant flow of people coming in to consult with me led to somebody giving me their scabies. Possibility number two, the fucking clothes. Remember I told you about the Seuss?
Yeah, Seuss foot. Hashtag Seuss foot.
The fucking giant clothes. The fucking fucked up clothes in this unit that I was in. That's another video. Those clothes were so dirty that possibly I got it from that. Point is, I got scabies somewhere along the way. And I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, dude, why am I fucking itching 24/7 everywhere? I would... these tattoos right here, you couldn't see them. They were scabs. I was just scratching my skin off. It was that bad. And, I would go to medical and they'd be like, oh, it's just the heat rash. And I'm like, bitch, look, no, I'm a fat fuck. I know people here are getting heat rash all the time, but I'm literally ripping my epidermis off. This is not heat rash. But they were like, oh, it's just heat rash. You just need to not scratch. Bitch, I haven't been scratching. I want to, though. Anyway, they were very dismissive.
Yeah.
And it was this female doctor that was a complete bitch. Here's the thing. In prison, you either got a doctor that's going to fucking hate you or he's going to give a shit.
Yeah.
And more often than not, they hate you because you're a prisoner. They don't give a fuck. They're getting a little extra bills and that's it. They don't care if you're healed. Anyway, if you go to the dentist, guess what? Oh, we're not going to replace your fucking tooth. We're going to rip that fucker out. That's why I ain't got no fucking teeth. But anyway.
You do have one tooth.
I do have the one tooth, so that fucking helps. I'm a fucking scarecrow.
It does help with the Ahab.
Yeah, and I'm headed towards hag territory, so that's cool.
Ahab!
Ahab is my new name. But yeah, man. So I was in misery, dude. And anyway, this friend would always be there hanging around and shit. And he ended up leaving the dorm. And 2 days after he leaves the dorm, he tells me, "Dude, I got scabies." And I'm like, "That's it. That's my proof. He was always hanging around. He's got scabies now." So I went back to the medics and I said, "Yo, I got the fucking proof that you refuse to see aside from my ripped ass skin, and that's that the dude that used to hang out all day long with me at my bunk has scabies. You diagnosed him with scabies, but you tell me that I got heat rash because I'm a fat ass." And they're like, "No, you got heat rash." And I'm like, "Oh, this is getting out of fucking hand." So there was this nurse there that hated everyone. I was dealing with the female doctor that just hated everyone in general. But this nurse was one of those haughty bitches that thinks she's like hot shit. But for some reason, God be fucking thanked for this, she took some sympathy on me. You know, she was like, "Look, I'm gonna get you the medication you need because it's a special medication, and apparently this fucking medication will kill the mites or whatever they are, but it can only be applied like once every so number because it's it's toxic to some level." So I'm like, "Fuck yes, let's do this, baby. You and me, we're tight now." I wasn't like that, but I wish I was like that. Because after that, I would have done anything for that woman. So she snuck me in, gave me the fucking tube, and she just slathered it everywhere. So I slathered that bad boy on like sweet pork and sauce, which makes sense considering my weight.
Your porcine.
Here's the thing, though, man. This is the middle of summer, so everybody in there is sweating like a pig. So I'm sweating this substance off, and I'm like, "Damn it!" And dude, I'm not kidding. Within a week of putting these things were gone, all except for one small area. And I'm like, no. And sure enough, after about another week, that spread and was all over me again. And I'm like, "No, that one fucking area, man, right fucking in between my knees too." I was like, "Serious? That's the one area?" And they spread again. So I'm like, "Damn it!" So I went back to medic. I found that nurse. I'm like, "Dude, look, this is what happened." I explained just what I did, and she's like, "Man, I don't know if I could get it for you again." And I'm like, "Dude, let me see the doctor." So I told the doctor and I said, "Look, I used the medication, didn't rat out the nurse." I said, "Look, I got the fucking medication. You don't need to know how," which pissed her off even more than she already was because she hates me because she sucks. And I'm like, explain the same scenario. I just need a little bit more to kill this fucking shit off forever. And she's like, "Well, you weren't supposed to do this, blah, 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 blah." I get into an argument with this fucking bitch-ass doctor. And I said, "Look, bitch." And I was pissed. And she called in this fucking heffalump looking ass guard that would always be there. And she comes in and she tries to mace me. And I'm like, "Shut!" So I'm like, "Hey, I'm collaborating now, whatever, I'm going along with it." But the scenario has gotten so heated that they call in the guards, right? So one of the sergeant came, one of the bigwigs there, and he takes me outside, and he's basically condescending to me. "Who do you fuck you think you are?" Blah 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 blah. And when I talk, I gesticulate a lot, and he's like, "Put your arms behind your back," and I'm like, "What?" And at this point, I'm just so pissed. I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he goes, "You're being a menace. You're being a threat." Blah blah. And he puts his hand on his little fucking mace, trying to be all cool and shit. And I'm like, "Bitch, if I wanted to attack you, I would have done it already." I'm just belligerent at this point. So he takes me to the warden. The ultimate punishment, right? I walk in, they sit me down in front of the warden. I lay it down for the warden. This crooked-eyed fucking sergeant, he had a fake eye, is looking at me the whole time, all condescending and shit. I explain everything to the warden. You know what the warden did? He says, "Let me see." I raise my shirt up. He sees all these fucking ragged fucking, trenches of flesh in me and shit. And he's like, he gets up. He tells the sergeant to get the hell out of his office. The warden walks me to the infirmary, goes up to the doctor, and he goes, "Get this man whatever he needs now."
Oh!
She starts arguing with him.
Shit!
And he goes, "I don't know who you think you are, but I'm in charge here. Get him what he wants." Baby, I was slathering that shit.
Oh, dude.
I was
I would have
tweaking my little nips
dude,
with
I would
joy.
have freaking seeded out of pure
It was
angle.
awesome. That was one of the most satisfying experiences in prison. Considering I had zero of those, that says a lot. Yeah, man, the vindication.
Strut and shit.
Not even. I was just fucking happy to.
I would have strutted, dude.
Had I not been, like,
Dying
under my skin,
a little strut would have been in.
definite strut, like a little, fucking shaft
Travolta?
strut or whatever.
I was thinking
No, not a
Travolta.
Travolta. Never that. But anyway, I got really sad about
Yeah.
that. But anyway, yeah, man, and then that's how I got rid of the old scabes. I was a mangy dog, a mangy sea dog. Anyway, it's been Ahab.
Damn, dude, that was pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie.
Shut! That fucking bitch, man.
If that was a hit film, that's what the part where people would be clapping and shit.
Shit, yeah, man. Fucking bullshit ass
Anyway,
bitch. Anyway, that woman was something else, man. But anyway, whatever. She sucked nuts. Anyway, I won. This is what I'm saying here.
clearly,
Very, very small victory in, when you compare it to the expanse of the universe.
Yeah.
But my world, that was the shit. But anyway, it's been Ahab, aka Ahag. That's Goonchick. Hit like, share, subscribe, and those notification buttons, because we're out.
Movies, music, story times, all kinds of shit for you. Anything goes inside the night, from a cup of corpulent juice. Movies, music, story times, all kinds of shit for you. Anything goes